online bullies, bullies are like everywhere. Is that it does not matter what age we are, what job we have, where we went to school, what we own, or what we know. If you participate in any social group, we are bound to meet some bullies. Nowadays, bullying is one of popular cases that always occur in our society. The workplace, for example, is a frequent bully hangout. This is because bully strategies are often encouraged and rewarded in the workplace. Before we go further, let me introduce our first panel, Ms. Intan for PTTS Education as a counselor. Good morning. Then our second panel is one of Ministry of Communication and Multimedia, Mr. Hakimi. Good morning. And our third panel is one of our professors from Department of Psychology of Monash University, Ms. Aisha. Good morning. And last but not least, our fifth panel is the victim of the online bullies, Mr. Amirul. Good morning. Hope you are fine. Wasting our time, my first question to our first panel from PTTS Education as a counselor, Ms. Intan.
Thank you to our moderator and welcome all the audience. Assalamualaikum and good morning. As a counselor from PTTS Education, I have been working for 5 years. So in that time, I met any different type of people and the various of the problem. They have include Amirul. Amirul have a problem such as less confident, introvert, anxiety and depression. Cyberbullying is the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. It all starts when one person decides to cross the limit to humiliate the other one. So the factor that motivate the perpetrator in bullying are when he or she is lack of empathy, or only interested in their own activity and their own power. A bully may help others but only for his own advancement and glory. This makes them more powerful. It also becomes an addiction if you have been using social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram. You might know how difficult to ignore the message and notification. So when a bully starts something on some platform, continuous engagement make him get addicted to it.
Thank you for your partnership, Ms. Intan. For what Ms. Intan said, there are few reasons that causes one to be an online bully. My next question is to Ms. Aisha as a professor in psychology courses. What is your opinion about the effects that may happen to the victim of the online bullies?
Thank you to our moderator and welcome to all our audience. There are three main effects from this problem, such as emotional effects, mental effects, and physical effects. I will explain it one by one. From perspective emotional effects, not surprisingly, cyberbullying is a significant stressor in a young person's life. In fact, 32% of kids who are targets of cyberbullying report experience at least one symptom of stress. In addition to feeling distressed, they also may feel embarrassed, hurt, and even fear for their safety. They may even blame themselves for the cyberbullying. Here are some common feelings and emotions that victims may experience. Firstly, humiliation. It is because cyberbullying occurs in cyberspace. Online bullying feels permanent. Consequently, they often feel alone and isolated. As you know, emotional effects will lead to many mental effects. They lose interest in things they once enjoy and spend less time interacting with family and friends. And in some cases, depression and thoughts of suicide can set in. Lastly, the physical effects. Sometimes, the stress of dealing with cyberbullying can cause kids to feel like the situation is more than they can handle. These overwhelming feelings can lead to physical symptoms like headache, stomach aches, skin conditions, or other physical ailments. Here's a closer look at some of the physical effects of cyberbullying, which is disordered.
Thank you for explanation, Ms. Aisha. To make our forum more interesting, I also want to add some opinion or maybe an action toward these cases to our Ministry of Communication and Multimedia, Mr. Hakimi.
Thank you to our moderator and welcome to our audience that have been here today. In my opinion, there's a difference between criticizing and bullying, and this is what many cyber users fail to understand. To them, the act of making a video or post about certain individuals going viral that does not amount to bullying. It's because for them, bullying is an act that will affect the victim's physical. So by making such video, photos and comments, that will trigger somebody or okay for them. In fact, it will have a huge impact for the victims. So one of our action from Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission will monitor of social media use among adolescents, and also consider making it compulsory for users to register their social media account in their original names. The launch of fake accounts has led to the widespread prevalence of cyberbullying. By that, I hope that we will together reduce the cases of cyberbullying among the nations. I hope that all the citizens will be aware about cyberbullying and will lodge a report if they found any posts or comments and etc. that will lead to trigger somebody and may harm them to the nearest police station with the correct
Thank you
information.
in advance for the information, sir. And last but not least, as someone who has been as a victim, Mr. Amiro, how do you feel when you were bullied in the past and what you did to overcome it?
Very much to our moderator. At the first place, I totally feel overwhelmed, which I could feel embarrassed by going through that devastating time. At that time, also I feel not knowing what to do or what can I wish to have some support. I feel ashamed and wonder that I will be judged for or told to close the account and ignore it like it was nothing and such a thing that easy to do. On the other hand, some ways that I need to overcome it was try hard to not read and the offense comment. This will only lead to obsession and further anger. If possible, I will report the comment. Furthermore, I take some hiatus or we got a break from the technology and gadget stuff by turning off the phone and or laptop for a night and enjoy doing something free from technology such as enjoying a nice meal, meditation, or taking a warm bath. To conclude, I hope by being mindful and considerate, we can make our online experience better.
Thank you, sir, for your speech. Actually, there are a lot of small questions and answers that I want to share with audience since time is running. I will conclude our forum that bullying among cyber users is one of the serious issues that need to be taken serious action so that it won't be a major problem. Bullying is happening everywhere. You may not see it, you may not know it is there, but it's happening, and it causes unimaginable pain to the victim. Bullying is everyone's problem, therefore everyone has to be part of the solution. With that, thank you.